Erica back on the Altenew YouTube channel, and my voice is back to normal. Thank goodness, because yeah, that was a bit of a rough one. So today we are going to have some fun with a Streamlined Sprig Die Set. So this one comes with a outline die and then 3 kind of shadow pieces to fill in these bits here. And I thought I'd use a bit of a summery color palette. So I have actually already die cut out a bunch of pieces in a sort of soft lilac-y color, soft pink, I guess you could say. And then it's like a apricot grapefruit color. And we have a soft orange, and there is a greenish yellow. And then we also have a kind of seafoam green kind of color. So we're going to zoom in on these a little bit. And these are going to make a fabulous little color scheme, I think. Yeah, look at these colors. Very summery, right? I think so. So what we're going to do is we are going to die cut a bunch of stuff. And I have already actually pre-cut out a whole load of things. So I have a black. Let's see if you can see it. So I have a black outline. I have 2 white ones. Those did not need a white background. And then I have also, you're going to think I'm crazy, but just bear with me. I have cut out everything in the seafoam green and the, should we call this a mustard yellow? Yeah. And the kind of orangey, the grapefruit, and our pink / lilac color. So the idea here is we are going to make some colorful, fun stuff. And I had the sort of beginnings of an idea where I'm going to use these little bits here to kind of fill in these ones here. And then as I was die cutting, I tried to get 2 pieces out of this one, so which I managed. And then I thought, oh, that could actually be kind of fun to fill in again. So we're going to put this back in, and then we're going to add some of these pieces to kind of make add pops of color basically. So I think we're going to do that, and then we will see whether we will raise this one up or what we'll do with this one. But I think we're going to start with this one first. So I am going to take a card base and I'm going to glue this down directly first, and then we're going to pop these in, and then we're going to build up our kind of pattern. So the way we're going to add texture today is basically by puzzling pieces. So today's card is going to be somewhat 1 layer, I think, at this point in time. But I mean, it's going to be a sentiment. We're going to add a sentiment as well. So it's not going to be a true 1 layer card. But we are going to do our very best to keep it as flat as possible while adding as much texture as possible. So that is the first idea. So I am going to go ahead and grab a card base and add some double-sided tape, and then we're going to put this down, and then we're going to start puzzling. I'm using a 2-inch wide double-sided tape, and when you peel off your backing tape, make sure you keep these pieces because they will come in handy later on when we're going to be using a little bit of foam tape. I know we said we were going to try to make this as 1 layer as possible, but it turns out we're already deviating from that plan. Yes. So now we are going to pop these 2 pieces back into where they basically come from. And then we are going to start puzzling with our colors to add color basically. So we're going to zoom in a little bit. Here we go. And we are going to just add one by one. I almost did them the exact same, but then I realized, nope, I will need more pieces because the big piece in the middle is going to be the same one. Now, I thought I was kind of preparing ahead here, but I did actually end up having to die cut a few more pieces because it seems my plan was not a foolproof one. So if you want to do this yourself, you either want to plan ahead exactly the colors that you want to use. And the reason I've used 5 colors is because the flower in the middle basically has 5 petals. So that was my decision for the 5 colors. Now, I have kind of gone, I'm thinking, I probably should have used exactly the same colors, like both back and forth, but I did not. And I'm a little bit on the fence here. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have done that and just stuck to the same colors and just bit the bullet and die cut a few more pieces, to have it basically mirror image. But I didn't. I puzzled on, and I still ended up with a really fun look. So the thing is that, like, with the pieces in the middle, is that they are actually going to be covered up by the sentiment in the end. So I could have saved myself a little bit of headache there, but I tend to wing it when I'm in the craft room. I tend to just add funness as I go along. And here is what it looks like when it's done. And now, at this point, I was thinking, it's looking a little bit bland, isn't it? A little bit too white. So I was like, okay, well, let's just see what happens if we add this on top. And instantly, it's like, pop. Those colors are like, ooh, look at me. So that is what we're going to do. We're actually going to cut out another piece. And then we are going to glue these two down on top of those white outlines. So we are going to end up with a little bit more texture than was originally planned. So there's twist number 2. But that is definitely the way to go, because you can see it now. Like, oh, that black just makes it all pop. It really, really does. A little bit of black can really just kind of elevate your design. And I know I've used the word pop many times now, but a little touch of black can make your colors really stand out as well. I don't know what it is, but it just kind of draws the eye in and just kind of makes you go, now look at those colors. I like it. Almost like a frame. Sort of. Yeah. So these 2 pieces I'll glue down, and then we're going to put that aside and let it dry. But I mean, look at this. Definite improvement, right? I think so. Yes. So now, while this is drying, and we have stopped admiring it for a minute, we are going to basically use the outline of the others. So here, I was thinking, because I've already used my black piece that I thought was going to be used on another card, we're going to go a completely new direction. So we're in for plot twist number 3. So here we are going to get all of our colored outlines cleared of all the negative pieces, and then we're going to take a new white card base, and we're going to have a little play around and see what we're going to do. So I wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen here, but as soon as I tried this, it's like, no, this is not the way. So then I thought, okay, let's see what else we can do, because we are going to use these. I was on a mission. I was going to use these. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue these down onto this card base like this. And this is going to add a really fun pop of color. It's going to add some texture. It's going to add a tactile feeling. It's going to add some dimension, and it's just going to be fun. Now, this is a truly unique way of adding some funness to your backgrounds, because even if you die cut out like 10 of these, unless you have super duper precision, every single background is going to be slightly different. So this is really good fun, easy peasy way of making something truly unique and just colorful and fun and something different as well. So I'm using a little bit of liquid glue here, and I was trying to use my Barely Arts glue, but unfortunately I have done something to the tip and I can't get any glue out. It would have been better, I think, to use a really, really, really fine tip glue bottle for this, because I did end up having to clean up a little bit of the glue after. So the less glue you can use while still making everything stick where it's supposed to go, if that makes sense, it's definitely the way forward. And also use something that dries clear. Definitely use something that dries clear. But we are going to trim off the excess pieces, but you are going to want to make sure that it's dry first, because otherwise the pieces will slip and you will end up with a sticky mess in places. So we're going to use some sharp scissors that don't have any serrated edges, because we're going to want them to cut straight and clean as well. So you just go snip, snip, slip and snip, and cut off all of those extra pieces. And then if you find that you want to maybe add them somewhere else onto the card as well, you can do, to kind of fill in the gaps. But I felt like this was quite enough. Yeah. So just an extra little trim here, and then we're going to have our 2 card bases ready. So we've used the same products, it's the same color scheme and all of this, but 2 very, very different backgrounds. So, okay, minus the black on this one. But it's so fun, it's so pretty, so summery as well. So we're definitely gonna go and do this again. I have a fair few color schemes that I want to try this with for sure. Now I have a couple of pre-made sentiments for these 2 cards that I think are gonna work really, really well. And I know I keep admiring these 2, but they turned out so great. Yeah, but these are the 2 that I'm going to use. They are from the Timeless Sentiment 2 set. And I have done them in basically black and white, but opposite. So here I was kind of just going back and forth a little bit, like, oh, which one's going to look the best? Which one's going to work the best? And I did actually settle for using the one with the white shadow onto our black outline card here. I was a little bit on the fence. I thought maybe the black one would kind of make the Have a Good Day stand out a little bit more, but it looked really, really good on the white one. So I thought, you know what, we're gonna do this. We're not gonna overthink things too much. I am a chronic overthinker, so I do that a lot. But we're going to use some instant dimension foam tape to pop these up. And this is the reason why you should keep your backing tape when you use double-sided tape. So you put your foam tape onto the backing tape, and then you can cut them quite easily without that sticky stuff sticking to your scissors. And it will save you a sticky mess for later. So this is the way to do it. There's another little craft tip in there as well. So then you just cut them to size, and you add them to the back, and you basically add that delicious dimension in a super, super easy way. I did try to get as much of the back covered as possible, because I like it when they are quite stable and don't sag in the middle. So I tend to use probably more than most people, but I do think that it's definitely worth it for sure, because it looks really nice. However, if you don't like foam tape, you don't want to use foam tape, you could just cut up a couple more of the shadow pieces and just layer them, and you will get that sort of really nice stable base for your sentiment as well. If you want it really flat, which will make it easier to mail, maybe just one, or just add it as it is. You know, you don't have to go as crazy as I do with my layers and textures and dimensions and things, but you know, if you want to get onto the dimension train, I am here to lead you down the right path. But these are our 2 cards ready. I was contemplating adding some bling to these, but I actually think that they are going to be left as they are, which is surprising for me, I must say. I would really, really love to hear which one is your favorite and which, or why you like that one. But with that, I am all done, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.
Hey there, Lydia here. I really do hope that you've just enjoyed the video. If so, please subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, turn on the notification bell so you can get your daily dose of crafty techniques and tutorials just like this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.